Hey, how's it going? I'm Hagar. Welcome to Mama Mandala, where magic is somatic. I'm so glad that you're here with me. We're going to practice mantra and mudra with the goddess Durga. Durga is an Indian, she's a Hindu goddess, and she rides a lion. She's a warrior. She's a goddess that we invite and invoke in difficult times to help us work our way through something that challenges us. She's very famous for a myth about battling a demon, a buffalo demon. She battles a lot of demons in a lot of different myths, but in this particular most famous story of Durga, the demon that she battles is the demon of stuckness, of stagnation. It's a buffalo demon. So think of something huge that kind of stands in the way, almost in a way that mirrors someone like Ganesha, who is an elephant-headed god from the Hindu tradition, who stands in at the threshold as the energy of discernment. It's almost like the Mahishasura is the name of this demon. He is like the shadow. So I said mirror, and yes, there are aspects of the shadow and the parts of us that are sort of the friendlier parts of us, that the parts that work in our favor, that that they mirror each other, they reflect one another, because we're refracted beings. We have a lot of different aspects to who we are. And in a way, actually, Durga embodies this multiplicity of being. She has 8 arms or 10 arms, which is a symbol of her being the energy of something new, of something that hasn't been here before, that hasn't occurred before, something that is going to find ways through the situation that are new, that are different, that are not the old way. She breaks the old way. She melts the old way. So she is the energy that helps us through stuckness. And just one sec before we go into the practice, if you are going through a period right now of stuckness and stagnation and just feel like you don't know why things are not moving, I want to invite you. I created this program, From Stillness to Spark, and it's this beautiful 5-session program, or I want to call it a temple of reorientation, that invites you to sit with yourself where you are and tend to the situation you're in and be really soft with yourself, so that you can create a spark and start to map your way within the situation that feels like stuckness, but we're going to reorient around that perspective and start to open up the vision. So actually very Durga, even though we don't invite Durga into that space very much. We invite Kali, but not Durga. But if you are interested in that, I will leave a link for you in the description of this video so that you can read all the details and sign up. I would love to have you. It's very affordable. It's deep and also not too broad or vast. It's pretty focused. 5 sessions, practices, reflection, prompts, opportunity for you to be with yourself where you are. So I'll leave a link for you for From Stillness to Spark. I really hope you can join me for that. And when it comes to Durga, she really is the energy that battles stagnation, but sometimes we don't want to battle it. Sometimes we need to sit with it. So it just depends on where we are and what we need, because at different times in our lives, we're going to need different things. And Durga actually offers a multi-layered, multi-visionary, multi-perspective kind of a way with her 8 or 10 arms. She has a lot of tools in her arms. I'll also link in the description of the video several essays that I wrote about her if you want to read more, because I'm not going to go too deep into Durga in this space right now. I'm telling myself that because I I feel myself wanting to go further, deeper, more. That's my tendency. What am I going to do? So gather myself. That's part of the Durga powers, to be able to gather our strength. It's something that she does immediately after all the gods gather to create her. They create her out of the light that emanates from their third eye, and they stand in this circle because they realize that in order to be able to overcome the authoritarianism of this demon, of Mahishasura, of Trump, of the demon that of stuckness and bulliness, in order to overcome it, they're going to have to create a collective. They're going to have to come together and form an alliance with each other. They can't do it each on their own as an individual. So they join together and they stand in a circle, and they emanate a light from their third eye into the center of the circle, and they create Durga. And then Durga goes to the cave because she's made out of their gathering. But now that she's made, she has to go and gather herself. And she goes into a cave and she practices, and she does her sadhana, a spiritual practice. That's a Sanskrit word. Again, it's a story and practice that comes from India. I just want to be very respectful of where it comes from. And she is going to go into this cave and do this deep inner work and study and learn and practice and really cultivate herself before she goes into the battle. So she's telling us the story also of so many different aspects of life and of ourselves, but also of this time when I'm releasing this, it's springtime. So it's when things emerge. And she tells us that sometimes before emergence, and this is also for you if you are in a time of stuckness and stagnation, before emergence, you have to go into the stillness. You have to go into this inner space, into the darkness, into the womb, into the cave. That's what From Stillness to Spark is for. Into the space where you do the work and you rest deeply and you practice and work really hard, and then you rest really deeply and you soften yourself and you strengthen yourself and you gather your powers. And from these practices, even though she does all this hard work, when she emerges and she has to face this demon, she's scared, because who isn't? Because these are scary times, because what we go through in our lives can be very intense and traumatizing and difficult. And she's a goddess for difficult times. That's part of what her name means. Tough going, Durga, that which is impassable, a fortress. There's a lot of meanings to her name. In the essays that I wrote, I break this down, so you can read about it there if you want to go a little further. But she is this invitation to hold this space. She's an invitation to a lot of things, but one of the things is to hold a space between fear and fearlessness. In so many of the forms of Durga, she holds a lot of things in all of her hands, but one of her hands is often held in Abhaya Mudra. So this is Abhaya Mudra. It looks like stop, but it also means, oh, don't be afraid. Come on in. Don't fear or have the courage. But it's the thing that we tell ourselves when we meet ourselves at the boundary, at the doorway of something new in our lives, when we're ready to emerge from the cave, when we're ready to face something difficult, and it is scary, but we say, yes, I'm scared, but I'm going to stand with courage, because courage doesn't happen without fear, right? It's not courage if you don't have the fear. So it's this courage to rise, courage to face the day, courage to face the situation that you're in, courage to admit that you're experiencing struggle and pain, courage to say, yes, these are difficult fucking times. This is hard, but I wanna cultivate joy. I wanna experience pleasure. I wanna come together with my people. I want to go out into the world and be part of the world, even though there are aspects of the world right now that are so adversary, right? So this is Abhaya mudra, the gesture, the mudra of no fear, or as I learned from my teacher Douglas Brooks, this is also the translation of abhaya is also never without fear. So having no fear is also never without fear, because there's always a paradox, right? Wherever there's meaning, there's always going to be a paradox. So don't shy away and be scared from the paradox. You can be scared of the paradox, but also be courageous. Meet the paradox. Everything that has deep meaning and value is going to be paradoxical and complex. So Abhaya Mudra, I'm going to hold my right hand in Abhaya Mudra, and I'm going to place my left hand over the heart so that I can feel the heart. You can do the same if you'd like. Take a couple of deep breaths. You can soften your eyes. You can let your eyes close. I felt mine wanting to close right away. You can do what feels most authentic to you right now. And you can bring a tone to the back of the throat so that you're breathing Ujjayi Pranayama. And hold in your heart whatever it is that you are in conflict with, whatever it is that you feel scared of in your life, wherever you're stuck. Maybe you're feeling like, man, I'm just not gonna be able to break through this. And so this is, I know the feeling. Hold yourself right there with tenderness. And with that courage that you're holding with the mudra, with Abhaya Mudra, with this hand gesture. A mudra, by the way, means a seal. So it's a seal, but it's also a vessel. It's an imprint that we make. But it's also a vessel into which we receive the energy that we're imprinting. It's generative and creative and receptive. So sit with what is bothering you, if something's bothering you, or with a softness in your heart if that's what's there today. And with the gesture, with the mudra, with a abhaya, with a courage, tell yourself what you need right now. Not just what you need to hear, okay? Sometimes that's very helpful, and I'm not diminishing this invitation. That might be what you need right now, to just tell yourself what you need to hear in order to overcome something hard. But also maybe sometimes what we need to hear is something that's not easy to hear. This is why Durga's here with us today. This is the goddess. This is the archetype that we're inviting. The archetype that stands with us in the hardships. So if there's something that you need that is actually hard to hear, have the courage, give yourself the space, the room to hear it, to say it to yourself. And if you're not ready, you don't have to go there. This is an invitation. There's no obligation. Sit with yourself and feel and breathe and be and listen. It's called Durga into this space through mantra. So we called her in a little bit through the iconography, just a little bit. She rides a lion and has her 8 or 10 arms, and she's beautiful and she's fierce. Let's call her through sound, through vibration. And the calling her is not like you're calling her from outside of you to come in. She's not a force outside of you. She's all around, right? Like archetypes are all around us. Characters from mythology, it's all around us. And it's inside of you. So when you chant her mantra, you become her. You embody the presence. So you already are embodying it with a mudra. And now we embody it with sound. The mantra is Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Salutations to Durga. Dum is the seed mantra that holds all the teachings and all the iconography and all the mythology. All that is holding Durga is held in the bija mantra, in the seed mantra, Dum. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. 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 Om Dum Durgaya If you can allow your hand to release to your thighs right now, that is perfect. If you have the time to lie down and rest and let your body settle into whatever it is that came through for you, that's excellent. Give yourself a few more moments with your breath, if nothing else. And without any judgment or expectations, just feel into what's coming through, what's percolating through your system. If you'd like to journal a little bit, this is a wonderful thing to do as well. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope this was in any way, shape, or form valuable, meaningful. Let me know in the comments what you feel. If you feel like sharing a little bit of your experience, that's a wonderful way to connect. I'd love to connect with you. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. If you like this video, put a like on it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I will leave all these links for you in the description of the video. And join me on my Substack for a Mythic, Magic, Muse medicine that drops every Monday so that we can stay connected on a regular basis, okay? Rest up. I feel the need to rest right now, but I have to go pick up my kids from school. I hope you have time to rest And I am ever so grateful for your presence. Thank you so, so much. Namaste. And don't forget to join me for Stillness to Spark. Namaste.